Hey, welcome. So I thought we'd have a quick look at the blues note, the flat 5, call it what you want. We're going to use the pentatonic scale, which obviously most of us are going to know, and just pop that little blues note in there. Again, you may have heard of this, you may well be quite familiar with it, but you know, we'll have a quick look. Hopefully you'll get something from this quick little lesson. So first of all, let's start off with the pentatonic scale just to make sure we're all cool with that. So I'm going to do it in the B minor position. Just a quick note though, this guitar is tuned to an E flat, as should all Strats be. Flame me in the comments, do what you will. E flat, that's where your Strat should be. Alright, so, but it's in the B minor position, so we're kind of playing the B flat minor pentatonic. But anyway, here we go. So fret 7, 10, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, and then 7, 10, and 7, 10. Now I'm not going to get too much into fingering on this, you know, if you want to use your pinky to do your 10s like that, absolutely cool, do what you want. Okay, so obviously back down we're going 10, 7, 10, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 10, 7. Alright? Okay, great. So we now have this. Okay, your basic minor pentatonic scale first position. If you're not really good at that yet, don't worry, just takes a little bit of practice, and if you're not sure, there's another lesson I've got up. Just click here or click in the description below for a lesson on the pentatonic scale in general, okay? But this one is about the flat 5, the blues note. So we're going to add that in just 2 positions in this first scale shape, okay? And that is going to be a 7, a 10, a 7, but then we're going to add in 8 and then 9. Okay? So obviously that additional 8th fret there, that is our blues note, our flat 5. So it's now going to go like this. Okay? Now we're back to normal on the next string, on the D string. So it's 7, 9. On the G string, we're adding the blues note again, and that's now going to go 7, 9, 10. And that's the flat 5, that's our blues note there on the 10th fret. And then we continue as normal, 7, 10, 7, 10. So if I just do the whole thing, we're going to go like this, nice and slow, so you can just watch my fingers a bit if you need to, okay? And then back down. Okay, so there you go, the little introduction. That's where the blues note lies in the first position of the minor pentatonic scale. Often called a flat 5 because what we're doing, if you know your natural minor scale, we're going to use that just 1 second to work out why it's called a flat 5, okay? So the natural minor scale is going to go like this. Alright, so hopefully we kind of know that. If we don't worry too much. This is just a little bit of theory. You can just skip past this if you want to, if you're not interested in theory at all. But what we're going to do is we're going to count the notes we play. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's our 5th note there, right, on the 9th fret of the 5th string. So if we flatten that, it just means moving it back 1 fret. Alright, so there. So that's why it's called a flat 5, that blues note. That's the one we're adding. That is, again, the 8th fret of the 5th string, right? That's what we just added. Okay, so that's how we're adding that. That's why it's called the fifth. It's the fifth in the scale, all right, of the natural minor scale. Flatten it, move it down 1 fret or 1/2 step. Very simple stuff. Okay, great. So let's have a little look at just using it in a couple of licks. One thing that's quite important, right, is that what we don't want to do is stay on it for too long. All right, we're going to use it like as a passing note. So we're going to use it as a note to get from one to another rather than just sitting on it, because if we just sit on it, this is what we kind of get, right? Which kind of sounds quite interesting, I guess, but may not be the sound you're after. Particularly not if you've got a chord in the background. So if I just play the chord to start with as well, and I add in that flat 5, again, pretty interesting sounding, but it might not be what you're looking for, okay? It's because the flat 5 is dissonant. It's not normally in the scale. It doesn't sound that nice with the B note itself. Here's the B, and here's the flat 5. Okay, so it's really quite a dissonant note, but that's why it's so cool just to throw it in there as a kind of passing note. All right, so we might have a lick like this just in the pentatonic scale. And if we throw in the flat 5, we get that kind of sound instead. So I'll do that again, the pentatonic one. Throw in a slight bend there, and then adding in the flat 5. This sounds a bit more interesting, a bit bluesier, yeah? All these licks you can find in the description below. I'll put a link so you can kind of download them and have a look at them, okay, in a PDF, and guitar profile as well, actually. All right, so that's one thing we can do. We can just kind of pull off the flat 5 and make our licks a bit more interesting. So this time, same thing, I'm just pulling off. To add in that note, okay? So I'm not lingering on it, just pulling off. This time I'm just going to bend to it, okay? So I'm just going to bend from the 9 up to the 10. So that's going to sound like that, from the 9 to the 10. All right, and that again is targeting that flat 5, that blues note. So now we've got the one with the pull off and a bend. All right, nice. Let's see if we can put them together and create something. So I like that, I like that, sounding good. So we'll pop that in the licks down below as well. All right, another one that's pretty cool is just to slide up and back down again off it, so you get like a trill. You can trill that if you want and just use your fingers. Really common to do that as well, particularly here. Okay, I prefer just to slide up and down to that. It gives a bit of a, like a kind of greasier, dirtier sound to me, less clean, less refined, which I think just sits nicely with the blues style. So we're going up, back, pulling off. And then we're going to finish in one of our chord tones of the B minor. So that would be, for example, the first, a B, a third, a D, a minor third, or a fifth, which is our F sharp. If you're not sure about chord tones or finding out triads, again, I've got another lesson on that. Check the description below or the link, okay? get on that stuff. That stuff's really important. So here we go. Let's do that slide up, down, pull off, finish on the first, the B note. Nice, right? This time I'm going to finish on the third, the minor third. Again, pretty cool. And this time we're going to finish on the fifth. All pretty nice. Okay, so now we've got 3 licks. We'll see if we can kind of combine them. So we've got the pull-offs, finishing on the first. Then we've got the bend, finishing on the third. And then we've got the slide up and back, finishing on the fifth. So now we're using all those different end notes to resolve as well. So let's pop all that together one more time before we finish. So we got the pull-offs, the bend, and the slide up and down. Alright, nice. Now you notice that really we're just using the 1 flat 5 note there. We used it on the G string all the time. As we know, because we checked at the beginning of the lesson, we do have the flat 5 on that 8th fret here of the 5th string, the A string. So see if you can come up with anything that sits nicely with that one. So, you know, pull off again. Maybe we can use the position below it to slide up. Use the same idea we were using on the other one. Loads and loads of things we can do. Hope you have fun investigating that one, and we'll do more very soon, looking at the 2nd position, 3rd position, how we can kind of link them all up with some cool little licks, all bunging in that nice blues note. Alright, take care, have fun.